Beloved soul, I want you to hear me today. There is one shift that can draw your soulmate closer than you ever thought possible. Not by manipulation, not by chasing, not by trying to be someone you're not, but by stepping into the kind of love that reflects God's own heart. I'm not talking about vague self-love slogans or quick relationship hacks. I'm talking about a biblical principle that, when you live it out, disarms fear, breaks down walls, and creates the kind of safety that invites deep connection. Proverbs 4:23 says, "Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it." Today, I'm going to show you how to guard your heart the right way without closing it, so you can pull the right person in, closer than ever, and keep them there. You're going to get 7 clear, strategic steps that will not only prepare you for love, but also make you magnetic to the person God has for you. These aren't theories. They are tested, real, and rooted in the Word of God. Before we start, I want you to type in the comments, "I am ready for true love." Your words are seeds. When you plant them in faith, God sends the rain. And while you're here, subscribe to this channel and click the bell so you never miss a teaching like this. Every message I share is designed to bring you closer to the life and the love God designed for you. If you stay until the end, you'll not only understand the one shift, but you'll be equipped to live it, starting today. Let's begin. Number 1, choose grace over reaction. The first strategic shift is this: choose grace over reaction every single time. Ephesians 4:22 says, "Be completely humble and gentle. Be patient, bearing with one another in love." This isn't just a nice sentiment. It's a blueprint for building trust in relationships. Your soulmate may not say it out loud, but deep down, they're watching to see if you can hold steady when emotions get high. Anyone can love when things are smooth, but when tensions rise, the way you respond either pulls someone closer or pushes them away. Grace is not about pretending the issue doesn't matter. It's about refusing to let the moment decide your character. When they stumble, when they show you a flaw, when they don't meet your expectations, grace says, "I see the whole of you, not just this moment." That creates a level of safety most people have never experienced, and safety is magnetic. In practical terms, grace might look like taking a breath before you speak. It might mean asking questions before making assumptions. It might mean forgiving without turning it into a lecture. It's restraint mixed with compassion, grounded in the awareness that you've needed that same grace many times. This is not weakness. Grace is strength under control. It shows you have the maturity to value the relationship over the momentary satisfaction of being right. And here's the secret. When you respond with grace, you disarm the natural human defense mechanism that says, "I can't be vulnerable here." You teach your soulmate that with you. Mistakes don't lead to rejection. They lead to understanding. Type in the comments, "I choose grace over reaction." Let this be your first step toward creating an environment where their heart feels safe enough to draw near and stay near. Number 2, speak life, not doubt. Proverbs 18:21 says, "The tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit." The words you speak over your life, over your future, and over your soulmate carry more weight than you realize. Every word is a seed. You're either planting faith or you're planting fear. Your soulmate may not be standing in front of you yet, but in the spiritual realm, they are within reach. Words have no boundaries. They travel, they create, they prepare the atmosphere. If all they hear from you or about you is complaint, negativity, or cynicism about love, you'll weaken the bridge between you. But if they hear words of life, encouragement, and vision, it strengthens the pull toward you. Speaking life doesn't mean ignoring reality. It means choosing to speak to the potential rather than the problem. Instead of love never works out. For me, you say, God is aligning my heart with the right person in His perfect timing. Instead of, no one is worth trusting, you declare, I will meet someone who values trust as much as I do. When your soulmate finally steps into your life, they'll notice this difference instantly. People are drawn to voices that refresh their spirit, not voices that drain it. Speaking life creates a safe emotional climate where hope can grow. Practically, make it a habit to speak 3 affirmations over your love life every day, out loud. Record them on your phone and replay them when doubt creeps in. The goal is not just to think positive, but to train your words to align with God's promises. Type in the comments, I speak life into my love story. Let your words start building the bridge that brings you and your soulmate face to face. Number 3, prepare in the present for what you're praying for. James 2:17 reminds us, faith by itself, if it is not accompanied by action, is dead. Prayer opens the door, but preparation keeps it from closing. Many people say they're waiting on their soulmate, but truthfully, their soulmate is also waiting on them to grow, to heal, to get ready for the relationship they've been asking God for. Think of it like preparing for an honored guest. You wouldn't invite them over and then leave your home in chaos. In the same way, preparing for your soulmate means creating space in your heart, your habits, and your life for love to thrive. If you've been praying for someone patient, ask yourself, am I cultivating patience in myself? If you want a partner who is financially responsible, start stewarding your own finances well. If you desire deep emotional connection, work on communicating openly and listening with empathy. Preparation is an act of faith. It's saying, I believe what I'm praying for is on the way, so I'm getting ready now. This readiness isn't about perfection, it's about progress. You don't have to have everything figured out, but you do have to be intentional. Here's a simple exercise. Make a list of 5 qualities you hope to find in your soulmate. Then, next to each one, write down one small action you can take this week to reflect that same quality in yourself. This way, you're not just waiting for love, you're becoming love in the process. Type in the comments, I am preparing now for the love I've prayed for. Let today's actions be tomorrow's answered prayers. Number 4, release the past to receive the future. Isaiah 43:18-19 says, forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing. God can't pour fresh water into a cup that's already full of yesterday's pain. Holding on to old heartbreak, disappointment, or betrayal will quietly sabotage your future because it leaves no room for something new to grow. Your soulmate is not the person who hurt you, and your future love story is not a repeat of your past chapters. But if your heart is still tethered to what was, it will be hard to embrace what's coming. Releasing the past doesn't mean the hurt never happened. It means you're choosing not to let it define you anymore. Think of it like carrying a heavy backpack. You've gotten used to its weight, but it's slowing you down. The moment you set it down, you realize how much lighter you feel and how much faster you can move forward. Forgiveness is a big part of this release, and sometimes that forgiveness needs to be extended to yourself. You did the best you could. With what you knew at the time, now you know better, and you can love better. Here's a practical step. Write a release letter to your past, to the relationship, the person, or even to yourself. You don't have to send it. Simply speak it aloud in prayer and, if you're ready, physically throw it away or burn it as a symbolic act of letting go. Type in the comments, "I let go of the past so I can step into the love God has for me." The lighter your heart, the faster you'll recognize your soulmate when they appear. Number 5, align your actions with your intentions. Proverbs 16:3 says, "Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans." It's one thing to say you want a healthy, God-centered relationship. It's another to live in a way that attracts and sustains it. Words set direction, but actions build the road. If you're praying for a soulmate who is consistent, trustworthy, and intentional, your own lifestyle should reflect those same qualities. Misalignment between what you say you want and how you actually live creates mixed signals in both the spiritual and natural realm. For example, if you want a relationship built on mutual respect, pay attention to how you treat people in your daily life. If you desire deep emotional connection, make space for meaningful conversations instead of filling your time with distractions. If you're asking God for someone who prioritizes faith, keep strengthening your own walk with Him. Actions speak faith louder than words ever can. They show God and your future partner that you're not just wishing for love, you're ready for it. Here's a challenge. This week, choose one area of your life that feels out of alignment with the kind of relationship you're asking for. Then, take one deliberate step to close that gap. Even small shifts signal big readiness. Type in the comments, "My actions align with my prayers." When your intentions and actions walk in the same direction, love finds you faster. Number 6, trust God's timing over your timeline. Ecclesiastes 3:11 reminds us, "He has made everything beautiful in its time." Waiting can be one of the hardest parts of believing for your soulmate, especially when it feels like everyone else is finding love faster. But impatience is often the birthplace of compromise, and compromise can pull you away from God's best. Your soulmate is not just about finding someone, it's about finding the right someone at the right time, under the right circumstances. Rushing ahead can place you in relationships that meet your loneliness but not your destiny. God's timing is never late, even if it feels delayed to you. There may be unseen reasons for the wait: protection from heartache, preparation for your calling, or aligning life circumstances for both you and your future spouse. Think of it like planting seeds. You can't force a harvest by digging them up every day to check their progress. The growth is happening underground, out of sight, until the moment it's ready to bloom. Here's a practical step. When impatience rises, write down 3 blessings in your life right now that you might not have experienced if God had answered your prayer earlier. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's missing to what God is already doing. Type in the comments, "I trust God's timing for my love story." The one who wrote your story knows the perfect moment for the pages to turn. Number 7, guard your heart, but don't close it. Proverbs 4:23 says, "Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it." Your heart is precious. It's the wellspring of your emotions, dreams, and the love you'll one day share with your soulmate. Guarding it doesn't mean building walls so high that no one can reach you. It means setting healthy boundaries that protect what's sacred without shutting out what's meant for you. Some people respond to past pain by overprotecting themselves. They avoid vulnerability, refuse to trust, and keep everyone at a safe distance. The problem is, the same walls that keep out pain also keep out love. True guarding is not isolation, It's discernment. God calls us to be wise as serpents and harmless as doves, Matthew 10:16. That means using wisdom to recognize red flags, but also keeping a soft heart that's willing to risk love again when the right person comes along. Think of it like tending a garden. You put up a fence to keep pests out, but you still leave the gate open for the gardener who comes to water and nourish it. Boundaries are the fence. Trust in God is the gate. Here's a practical step. Write down your top 3 relationship boundaries, the values or principles you refuse to compromise on. Then also write down 3 ways you can keep your heart open to receive love when it comes. Type in the comments, I protect my heart without closing it. When you guard wisely, you make space for love to flourish in safety. Your love story is not just a random chain of events. It's a divine masterpiece in progress. Every word you speak, every step you take, every boundary you set is preparing you for the one God has written into your future. Don't underestimate the small daily choices. They are the brushstrokes painting the bigger picture. If these messages have been stirring your spirit and reminding you of God's promises for your love life, don't let them slip away. Stay connected, stay encouraged, and keep growing until the day your soulmate steps into your life and says, I've been looking for you too. Subscribe so you never miss the next step in this Soulmate series. Share this post with someone who needs hope for their own love story. Type in the comments, I'm ready for the love God has for me. Let's build a community of faith-filled hearts preparing for their God-ordained match. Your story is still being written, and the next chapter is worth waiting for. Amen.